For everyone to live happily on earth, there is need for us to ensure that the right of every individual is respected and protected on equal basis. And that is to say that racism, gender discrimination, all sorts of violence against migrant workers, children, and persons with disability must be eradicated. And therefore, our collective effort is required in order to achieve a conducive society for all of us. Hello viewers, and welcome to the program. Today, we are going to discuss the Convention on the Rights of Persons with Disabilities. In the past, persons living with disabilities suffered a great number of violence, which includes neglect and abuse of their human rights. And because of this violence, some human rights activists and persons living with disabilities came out to forcefully demand that their rights be adequately respected and protected by the law. And therefore, because of this forceful request by activists and persons with disabilities, in 1980, the United Nations adopted the World Programme of Action concerning persons with disabilities. And this is meant to favor social life and ensure development of persons with disability, aimed at full participation and equal treatment of persons with disability with other members of the society. More so, in 1981, because of the determination of the United Nations to further ensure that the rights of persons living with disabilities are protected and respected, they adopted the International Day of Persons Living with Disabilities. This is aimed at eradicating all the negative perceptions people had concerning persons living with disabilities. The United Nations did not stop there. They went further to move in 2006 to organize a convention that is geared towards protecting the rights of persons living with disability, otherwise known as the Convention for Rights of Persons with Disabilities, CRPD. The Convention on the Rights of Persons with Disabilities and its optional protocol was adopted on the 13th of December 2006, and it came into effect 3rd May 2008. This convention has two parts: the convention and the optional protocol. The Convention on the Rights of Persons with Disabilities, CRPD, is based on the social model, which reflects the authorities and self-determination of persons living with disabilities, and declares the principle of participation and also adopts the principle of non-discrimination. Like I told you, the CRPD, that's the Convention on the Rights of Persons with Disability, consists of the convention and the optional protocol. In line with the international treaty, the convention consists of the preamble and 50 articles. Out of these 50 articles, there are two basic articles that covers all other articles. And these are Articles 3 and 4. Article 3 deals with general principles, while Article 4 talks about general obligations. So you might equally refer to it as principles and obligations of the Convention on Rights of Persons with Disabilities. Article 3 talks about respect for inherent dignity, individual autonomy, including the freedom to make one's own choices, and the independence of persons, non-discrimination, full and effective participation, respect for individual differences, and acceptance of persons living with disabilities fully into the society. Equality of opportunity between men and women in the society. and respect for children with disability. Also, Article 6 and 7 made special reference to women and children with disability, making sure that the right of women and children are adequately respected and protected, because the CRPD believe that women and children who live with disabilities are more vulnerable than others. What then is the purpose of the Convention on the Rights of Persons with Disability, CRPD? The purpose of CRPD is to promote, protect, and ensure equal enjoyment of human rights on equal basis with other persons not living with disabilities in the society, and to foster respect of their inherent human dignity. Let us now look at the characteristics of Convention on the Rights of Persons with Disabilities. One of the major characteristics of the CRPD is that it is based on social model. Secondly, it reflects the authorities and self-determination of persons living with disabilities. Thirdly, it declares the principle of active participation and declares for the principle of non-discrimination. Well, you might like to know that as at January 2022, the CRPD was ratified and acceded to by 184 member countries. And out of these 184, only 164 countries are signatories to the convention, while 100 countries ratified and acceded to the optional protocol. And out of these 100 countries, only 94 countries are signatories to the optional protocol. Our country, Nigeria, happens to be part of those countries who are signatories to the convention and have also adopted the optional protocol. This convention requires every member country to respect the rights of persons living with disability and ensure that the rights are protected by enacting laws that will engender equality between persons with disabilities and other non-disabled members of the society, ensuring that there is a conducive society for everyone. But enacting a law is not all we need. We also need implementation of these acts. Yes, if a law is signed into effect and it is not implemented, then it is as well non-existent. So as our nation Nigeria has deemed it fit and has done so by signing into law the Discrimination Against Persons with Disability Prohibition Act, it is also right for the government to ensure that this act is fully implemented. I'm happy that they did not only sign the act into law, but they also went ahead to establish the Implementation Commission. Therefore, the onus also lies on this commission, the National Commission for Persons with Disability, to swing into action and ensure that the act is implemented to the letter. I believe that people who were appointed to run the affairs of the commission are men and women of integrity, and these are go-getters. So they have the duty to prove their worth by doing what is right at all times. They should go ahead and look into the rights of persons with disability, privileges, and see ways of enhancing the living standards of persons with disabilities in the society. But the national act cannot be sufficient enough to do the work in our country. Therefore, we employ all our governors in all the states. I know that currently they are pursuing either their second tenure or making sure that the party comes back into power come 2023. But that does not mean that they cannot have the time to look at other issues in society. Please, all our governors should please, as a matter of concern and urgency, bring into effect the Discrimination Against Persons with Disability Prohibition Act in their states. Adopt the act and domesticate it, and make sure that there is an implementation commission to ensure the implementation of the contents of the act. We'll be happy if this is done all over the nation. I don't know if it is possible for the presidency to dwell on the governors to do so, because it's like some governors are not even reasoning these things. I don't know why, but the reason is best known to them. But as far as we are concerned, this is very dear to us. Let us not wait until we begin to take forceful actions against them. Now that we are pleaded, they should please see it as something they should do. And we, as persons living with disabilities, will remain grateful to them. So, this act is very dear to us. Our governors must see it as something they must do. They should go ahead to adopt, domesticate, and implement the act in their states. Thank you, Your Excellencies, as we begin to hearken to our voice. I want to once again thank you for stopping by my channel. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel, because your subscription will go a long way to enable us to start streaming live. I want to come live on YouTube, so you and I can interact one-on-one. Share that other people might see it. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up if you like what we are doing. Till we meet again, remember, with you we make things happen, and together we will hit the sky. There is nothing about us without us. Bye bye.